So it's important to know the overall counts of the beats. I'm sure you're familiar with some of this, but a 4/4 beat is a 1, 2, 3, 4 beat. So you can count in your mind if you need to for a while until it becomes second nature. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And traditionally, your kick's going to be on the 1 and 3. Your snare is going to be on the 2 and 4. Then, of course, you have 6/8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the trick is you add a click track to this, and the click is the difference between a beginner drummer to the intermediate and advanced drummer. So it is actually imperative for you to practice with the click at home. I know at first it might seem like a burden, you just want to free flow, and there are times if you're playing an acoustic or unplugged set where it feels good to free flow, or if a song is going into a spontaneous moment, you may pull the click out. But to hold down the click for the solid part, the major sections of the song, is actually going to be helpful not only for the whole band, but helpful for you. You show up on a Sunday morning, you may be tired, you may be waking up. I'm not sure if you've ever experienced it, but having a worship leader tell you speed up, slow down, it can be tough, even emotionally. It can be hard to deal with that because you feel like you're doing your best. If you bring the click into play, the click is your gold standard. There's no question. Once it's set for the song, you can turn on the click. If it needs to speed up or make adjustments, everybody's on the same page, but there's no second guessing the speed that you're playing at. So one person told me once, imagine a click rather than a machine. Imagine it like an old Rasta guy in Jamaica hitting a wood block, and he's got groove, and he just hangs out, and he's world famous for having the best groove on the planet. If you think of it that way, the click will be less mechanical and feel more natural. So I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like to play a beat over the click, and then I'll give you some amazing keys on actually how to learn to play on the click and how to play with groove on the click. So here's the click. So that's a basic click track. Things to keep in mind is that the click is creating buckets of sections of time that you are filling with the drums. But it's not only you, you're actually creating space for other band members, the bass player, to lay in that bucket, that box of time. Each of those beats, each of those whole notes is a box of time, and you're helping hold that box of time, but you're making space for other musicians, such as a bass player, such as a guitar player, the piano player, acoustic, to fill that box of time. So what you want to do is create that environment for other musicians to play without overplaying in those sections of time, because if you overplay, then you're going to be playing on top of the other rhythmic patterns of the other musicians. So specifically, like in verses and choruses, you're gonna hold down a rhythm, keep the floor of the song steady. You and the bass player, that's your job. Create the floor of the song and let other musicians fill it. And if you feel like in the transitions or there's a repetition of a verse and you want to throw things off, do a little bit of a beat, a simple beat to bring it back into the next verse, then you can do that. But don't overplay, just hold down the beat. Let's talk about groove for a minute. Groove, what robs groove from a beat is rushing your snare. You want to actually play your snare as late as possible without being actually late. So if you study drummers, not that I condone this, or condone their music, but like Red Hot Chili Peppers from the 90s, their drummer, if you watch them closely, and again, we're redeeming things of the world, right? They have a gift. Too bad they didn't use it more for the Lord, but they have an amazing gift to hold down rhythm. And what the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer would do is he would hold his stick down close to the snare head as long as possible. So by the time the snare is supposed to hit, he's got to bring it up and bring it back down and it creates a slight latency, which is called playing on the backbeat. So let me demonstrate what it feels like to rush the beat and how there is very little groove, and I'll demonstrate what it looks like to play on the backbeat. So here's rushing the beat. That is rushing the beat. Now let me play on the backbeat. Let's do that over a click. Another technique is somebody like Manu Katché. He actually brings the stick up here. He's played drums for people like Sting and other amazing musicians. He'll bring the stick up high just to delay that snare hit just a little bit. So that's one of the amazing secrets to actually playing in the pocket, is you're scooping the snare drum beat on the 2 and the 4. And what that actually does is create more space for musicians to do their runs and not feel rushed and pinched in as it feels when you're rushing the beat. That is a huge key. Another key for playing on the click track is actually to accent your upbeat over the click. The spacing of that actually helps you land back on the 1 and the whole notes with greater ease, getting a better sense for where the click track is. Let me demonstrate. If you accent those up beats, it's going to be way easier for you to find your way back to the click. So that is a huge key.